the Democratic agenda is dead, okay, if it actually existed. So cap and trade is, of course, was long gone, right? And I told you from the get-go, the minute they had the first Senate vote, it was gone, right? So that was a false hope. But any kind of real energy legislation is destroyed, right? If they pass anything related to energy, it will be incredibly pro-corporate, okay? There's no way it passes if it isn't gigantically pro-corporate. They'll say, oh, we're doing reform, it's historic reform, the best, most important energy reform in the history of the mankind, and it will be riddled with loopholes, exemptions, etc. In fact, you'll find out at the end, it actually helps the oil companies, okay?
Right.
If any passes at all. So that's gone. It's gone. It's out the window, okay? So 2 years, you're not going to get global warming, sad day for you, is going to continue, okay? And there ain't going to be a damn thing done about it. Immigration reform, oof, okay. So if you wanted immigration reform that was reasonable, that's probably gone too. Will that be tackled more in earnest over the next 2 years? Yes. Which way will it come out? That I'm less sure about. You know, my guess is that somehow the flow, and this is not a Republican or Democrat point, the flow of labor, cheap labor, to the companies that want them here in the U.S. will continue. It might continue illegally, it might continue legally, but in the end, money will win, okay? So immigration you have some hope on, don't ask, don't tell. It seems like it's on an inevitable path that it's going to go down, so that's
social
good.
change is on an inevitable path.
Right.
It always is. It
right.
just has
so there are
hiccups and
upsides.
bumps.
Right, there are upsides, and so Obama will be able to hang his hat on that and say, look, I got don't ask, don't tell. I got out of Iraq. And eventually, by the way, another good win for us, I think, is that people have had enough of Afghanistan, right? And so when that decision comes, I think the decision will be, we got to go, okay?
Yeah.
So there will be some positive things that happen over the next 2 years. But Obama, will he concede to Republicans on some things like, you know, cutting spending, et cetera, their priorities? Yes, that will happen. The major Democratic priorities, though, on issues, making healthcare reform better? No. Energy is gone, as I explained. Will we have tighter controls on the banks? I would be massively surprised.
You know,
so all that is as of tonight over.
Well,
OVAH.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Only because the dynamic. I'm curious to see how the dynamic changes. Because whether we get all that stuff done in 2 years, I would give up giving that stuff done in 2 years for a different mentality. Because we don't even know what happens with a different mentality. We have no idea. It's still won't pass, but it'll be a different mentality. And hopefully then you pin your hats on that he wins in 2012 and then forget your massive financial overhaul that we need. But yeah, then maybe there is a possibility if insurance premiums have continued to go up that you can add something to healthcare. Or, and first of all, by the way, it's still, you know, still maybe a good law even without it. But you know, that it changes the dynamic.
I also,
all right, wait, but just real quick, Ben makes a really good point there, okay? Even if we lose on all this stuff, as I'm saying, on all the legislation over the next 2 years, that doesn't mean that you get despondent. If we're actually fighting back, that's good enough reason to be excited, because the path to victory lies in a party that's willing to make its case and willing to fight back, okay? It doesn't have to be over the next 2 years as long as you're laying the groundwork and going in the right direction. So I'm not demanding or expecting a win in energy.
No,
and I don't even think that if the Democrats fought their hardest, they could get that win in energy, just given the votes, especially in the House, right? But will they fight? You know, that's the question. If they fight, then okay. You could lose but still be on the right path. If they don't fight, then it's disaster on top of disaster, because you don't have the votes, you won't win on the issues, and you'll be in terrible shape in 2012.